Hey friends, I wanted to give you all an update on the carnivore diet adventure that I'm on. Today would be day 54, 55, somewhere right there, of being on carnivore diet. And I don't know if you saw my first video. If you didn't, you need to go back and look at it. I won't go a whole bunch into carnivore, but I'm only eating meat, salt, water, coffee, tea. I have lately added a little bit of there's kind of a dip that we found that's got some seasoning in it that's mostly salt, and I can do the sour cream and real mayonnaise in that. And so basically on carnivore, you're staying as close to zero carbs as you can. And then I've been monitoring my glucose, my ketones, my blood pressure, and doing blood work every 30, 60 days, something like that. So probably another 10 to 20 days. I'll see if I can get blood work done again just to see where I'm at. So today's day 54 or 55. I think it's today's day 55. And I'm 43 pounds down in weight, but there again, I'm not really. I mean, yes, that's one of the advantages of doing this is losing weight, but I'm losing a lot of inches more than I am weight. So a couple of reasons for that, but on the inch deal, I've all my belts. I'm out of holes on them, so now I'm modifying my belts, shortening them on the buckle end, and doing things like that. So those are all great signs that I'm definitely losing inches beyond the pounds that I'm losing. The other day I jumped in the skid steer loader, and the lap bar that comes down over me, I didn't have to move my gut out of the way or anything to get the lap bar down. It just fell down into place on its own and hit the stops, which that hasn't happened since I've owned that skid steer. Just things like that I'm noticing that are just pretty crazy. Um, so those are how many days I'm in. That's kind of where I'm at on things. I have noticed I'm way up in energy. I feel like doing things, a lot more things. So kind of a Christmas thing that we're doing, a family thing here. We overhauled an area of one of the sheds into a workout facility. We had some spray foam put in there and some rubber matting down on the floor, and some got some gym equipment in there. And so I've been out there all started Monday, I guess. So I've been out there 3 or 4 days. 6 in the morning, going out there and working out every morning. Uh, feel great. I have more energy. I'm lifting weights, and that could be a reason the pounds aren't quite coming off. I think I'm putting muscle back now, which is easy to do when you're eating a lot of protein, a lot of meat, and the things that I'm doing. The muscle comes back pretty quick. So I'm doing that. I'm also I just started out walking a mile, and started out actually walking a half mile, and then slowly building that up. So um, those are the things that I'm doing. That's what's going on with me on the carnivore diet. Um, a couple things I've noticed. I think I mentioned last time I had done something to a knee, and I'm still having knee pain. And I've done a little bit of research on that. There's a couple, three things that could be going on there. I'm just going to wait it out and kind of see how this goes. But part of it is I'm losing enough weight that my posture's changing, and my weight and balance is different, and I'm using different muscles in my knees in different ways than I would have before, which I do think that is quite a bit of what I'm dealing with. The other thing is there's some folks that when they go on not rapid weight loss, but a weight loss regime like this, where keto or carnivore or something like this, where you're burning fat for energy. There could have been some fat and some extra padding in my knee joints that just because of my weight, yeah, it was, packing it on there, putting it in different places, and there could have been some in the joint that isn't there now. So I don't have some as much protection or cushion in there as I did. It shouldn't have been there to start with, but it might have been masking some wear and tear on my knees. That's a possibility, and then there's a possibility I just really did something to my knees. I don't think so. I think I'm the way it feels, and it makes so much sense to me that it's the way I'm standing and my balance. And, if you think about it, I've lost the weight in lots of areas on my body, but I had a, good 30 pounds hanging out in front of me. Maybe even 40 pounds hanging out in front of me. And so I was, that changes a lot. You think about, you carry a sack of dog food around all day, you're going to use different muscles when you walk than you do when you don't have it. And so I do think that is a lot of what I'm dealing with. No other joints hurt. My back doesn't hurt. I feel great. My blood pressure is staying great. It's in the one teens, 118 to 120, over high 60s. I do see some mid and low 60s of an evening when I'm relaxed. So those are great blood pressures. Again, I'm not on blood pressure medication anymore. And what else? Oh, along with the holiday, this dip that I had mentioned that I'm eating it with some of my steak now a little bit, just for I don't know, just something different. They had this dip at Thanksgiving, and I did really great over Thanksgiving. I didn't eat anything but turkey. We actually had turkey, deer loin roast, and ham. And so I had a variety of meats I could eat. And there was this dip. It's my favorite dip since I was a little kid, called Uncle Dan's. But they had this dip there, and there were some celery pieces. And I thought, I looked up celery. Celery's, near zero carb, point something carbs per serving or something. So I thought I'll eat a few sticks of celery, and with that dressing. And I looked up the dressing and checked everything on it, and it's zero, or just practically zero. So I ate some of that, and the day after Thanksgiving, and the ham could have had a little bit of sugar in it. Most ham does, so it could have had a little bit of sugar in it. But the next day, my blood pressure was up for the first time since it had gone down. And I kind of monitored it through the day, drank a lot of water, just kept doing what I'm doing. The day after that, it was up. Not greatly. I mean, it was kind of up to where I used to be medicated, and it got as high as like in the 136, 140 over 80. And then the third day, it started back down, and the fourth day after Thanksgiving, I was right back where I should be. So I don't know if the celery did it. That's crazy to me. But there's a lot of theories and a lot of logic out there, and a lot of discussion about plants. And plants have defense mechanisms built into them to keep animals from eating them. And they have certain compounds and chemicals in them that make them don't taste good or cause a reaction with an animal, so the animal doesn't eat the plant, and the plant can survive to go to seed and grow another plant. And celery is one of the plants with one of those highest defense chemicals in it. So, and the claim is these defense chemicals can cause your blood pressure to be up. But so can sugar, and that ham had a little bit of sugar in it. I don't think that ham had enough, and I didn't eat very much ham. So I don't know. But anyway, Thanksgiving, that was my cheat, was a few sticks of celery with some dip on it. But and then that happened following Thanksgiving. Since then, I had a couple, 3 really stressful days with work and some things going on, and my blood pressure stayed down in the 121 over 61 and things like that. So I know I'm back where I was. I don't know what it was. I may play with that again a little bit and just see, with some experimentation, if I can figure out what is causing that. If it really is a few sticks of celery. To me, that's crazy. That's hard to process in my mind, but Could be. So anyway, I'm on the carnivore, still on the carnivore, going to be on the carnivore for a good long time. I feel great on it. There's all kinds of changes going on with my skin. I have really dry skin on my hands in the wintertime, and it's going away. And then I usually don't have fingerprints or lines in my palms of my hands or on my fingers because I work a lot outside and work mechanic and build fence and do all these different things with my hands, and I usually don't have fingerprints. But my fingerprints and my skin on my hands is like very pronounced, like noticeably pronounced for me. I've never noticed that before. But that dry skin on my hands that I've always had every winter is, almost gone. Which that's strange to me. I've always had horrible allergies. I've always had grain dust, grass pollen, cats. There's certain things like those three really set me off, but just in general, I have terrible allergies. Cedar trees, cutting cedars down with chainsaw. And this summer and fall has been one of the worst years ever. I think it's because it's been so dry and everything produced so much seed trying to survive that I've really had a lot of allergies. And so I think they are better than they have been. But because this is really strange, but because I have pretty pronounced allergies and reactions to things, my ears are always either plugged or draining, or I used to have a lot of ear infections. I don't have as many anymore, or they produce a lot of wax, or flaking stuff off and out of my ears. My ears are always something going on with my ears, and that's all stopped. I don't. They're producing a little bit of wax like everyone else does now, but it used to be crazy how much my ears would make wax, and that's all stopped. And I don't have the problems with them plugging as much. I'm still having issues with allergies. They're still there. But I think they may be better. So that's an oddity to me also. But everything's going along great. I've got super amounts of energy. I feel good. I wake up in the morning ready to go, and I'm not. I sleep well when I sleep at night. I sleep through the night, and my wife says I'm not snoring as much, if at all. And so, anyway, those are all things that are happening. And I just wanted to check in with everybody, let you know what I'm doing and where I'm at and how it's going. And if you have questions or want to know something about what I'm doing, give me a holler. Talk to you later. Bye.